Hi, I'm Kristin Omdahl, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 891, and we are here in Southwest Florida in my tropical backyard. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. Normally, I go live to do the daily podcast, but I'm having Wi-Fi and cellular technical difficulties this morning, so I was not able to keep the stream going. We went live for about a minute, so I was excited to share some things with you this morning, so I thought I'd record it instead and upload it. So let's get started. Anyway, some of you may recognize this board and some of you may not, and that's okay. We've talked about the fact that Be So Baby yarn comes in 60 colors many times, and it's so exciting that it does. But you may say to yourself, okay, 60, how's that different than 20, 30, 10? How's it really different? Like, is it just make it more overwhelming? Well, sometimes, especially since on a website they're going to be shown alphabetically, right? You can scroll through all 60 colors on my website, but they're listed alphabetically, and I don't think that it really allows you to fully grasp what a 60 color palette means. And that's why I made swatches for all of these colors and put them on a board. Now, back up a minute. The board got damaged. I've been hanging on to the swatches for quite a while. Finally repurchased a board, and it's funny because the original board was something that I just had. I didn't buy it specifically for this, so it was just a really old traditional cork board. And since I bought it specifically for this, I bought a white one this time, white frame and a linen covered cork board, just so that it would be such a neutral background that the colors would pop. And boy, did they. If you saw the old one and the new one, you'll agree with me that it really makes the colors look even prettier. So what I did with these swatches is I organized them, in my opinion, in color spectrum, going by color family. So we've got a red family, an orange family, a yellow to green family, a green to blue family, a blue family, purple family, and then some neutrals. And then in the past on the frame, I had organized the variegated colors in their own column, and this time I organized them within the column that they match. So like, for example, Salt and Pepper picks up on Snowflake, Silver Lavender, and Charcoal, or Platinum, and Sweet Dreams picks up on the Snowflake, and it picks up on Princess from the first pink-red column, and it picks up a little bit of Lilac, which you can find in this column here. So then we've got Seaside Siesta down here, which picks up on Aquamarine and Periwinkle and Snowflake. And then we have Mardi Gras here that picks up on Periwinkle and Orchid and Snowflake and Marigold over there in the yellow column. Then we have Birthday Cake, which picks up on some of the yellows. It picks up on the turquoise and the aquamarine, and it picks up on Princess, the pink in the first column. And then the Under the Sea here, it picks up on some of the Mykonos blue and maybe a little bit of indigo. It definitely picks up on the lime green and maybe even a little bit of splash. So I kind of organized those with where they would kind of complement the other colors. And then if you have a color wheel or you want to look this up online, you can use a color wheel to help you gain more confidence in picking your colors. I think seeing them in their color family columns makes it much easier for picking tonal combinations. If you wanted to make something in the purples, it's really easy to pick different shades within the same family this way. But let's say you wanted to do some contrast colors. That's when the color wheel really comes in handy. And it'll tell you on here a few different ways to combine your colors, whether you want to do a triad, complementary colors, split complementary, tetrad. There's all different ways to combine 2, 3, and 4 colors just from this color wheel. And trust me, even if you are a little insecure about choosing colors now, the more you do it, I promise you, you will gain confidence in it. I used to be very intimidated by color too, and over the years of trial and error and studying color theory, I have gained the confidence that I am proud of the way I put colors together. So just listen to me from experience. Even if you're not confident now, I assure you the more you do it, just like we talked about with everything else. The more you do anything, you gain experience and confidence along the way. So super fun. We'll do this live again another day so I can take live questions. But if you have questions and you want to ask them to me in the comments of this video, please always feel welcome to do that as well. So again, this is Beso Baby Yarn, number 3 DK weight, 100% milk fiber yarn, 142 yards per ball and $3.99 a ball. It comes in 60 amazing colors, and it is sold exclusively on my website with bulk discounts. I also wanted to show you this morning that I'm making progress on my knit sun hat in Beso Airy yarn. I'm using color Midnight Black in Beso Airy yarn. I started the crown on double points, that I switched to circulars for the hat, and now I switched to a little bit larger circulars for the brim. I did a 50% increase for the brim, and I went from stockinette to garter stitch. There will be a pattern for it when it's done, but I'm still working on it right now. Definitely making great progress though. So there's a couple other things that I wanted to share with you today. Oh, in case you're wondering why I look so windblown, I've got my Inno fan with me, which I don't know how I could sit out here without it, to be honest with you. Anyway, a couple other things I wanted to share with you. I brought some things to unbox this morning, and you may be asking yourself, and it's going to be kitchen related, but you may be asking yourself, why would a 48-year-old woman who cooks all the time need new pots and pans? Great question. So you know that I have a 19-year-old son who I'm trying to encourage to be more independent, and so I've stopped cooking meals every day, but offering all of the groceries for and encouraging him to make his own meals. Now, we happen to have some really high quality stainless steel pots and pans that were, I don't know, did we inherit them? when a close family friend passed, we got his pots and pans and his utensils and stuff like that. And so as Marlon's been learning how to cook, he's not really familiar with the non-stick issue and making food stick to the bottom of the pans, and it's been taking me days to soak them off. And it's just been such, I thought this was going to make my life easier, and it's made my life harder. And I thought, you know what? This is such a great investment of all these expensive pots and pans that once Marlon learns how to cook, what an amazing gift it would be to give him these, especially since the person that passed that we got them from was such an important person in his life. I felt like he'd really enjoy having that when he moves out. So I decided to pack them all up and put them in the garage and go to Amazon and look for something that's really easy and user-friendly and budget-friendly, because I don't like to spend a lot of money on things for myself. So I found a set, and I was searching by ultra non-stick, because I wanted to find, you know, when they talk about dishes on infomercial or pots and pans on infomercials where they'll say you don't even need butter, oil, or oil in the pan and nothing will stick. That's what I was looking for, because I wanted something that would be easy for him to use, but then also easy for cleanup so that we didn't have any issues in the kitchen after he cooked either. And in order to do that, I realized we needed non-stick utensils for it as well. So all of the super expensive metal utensils that we were using with the metal pans that are all going to go to Marlon when he decides to move out one day. No pressure, honey. I decided to buy matching rubberized utensils. So I'm going to show you what I got, and if it's anything that interests you for yourself or for anybody you would like to give a housewarming gift to, you can. All right, so instead of stainless steel, these are aluminum pans, which is why they are significantly cheaper, and they have but they have an ultra non-stick coating on them, and I bought them in turquoise for myself. So this whole set was $99, and you get all of these pieces. So I thought that I'd unbox it with you, and let's see what came inside. One of the things that I was excited about with this set is that there is like a colander that fits inside the biggest pot, because I could not only boil pasta in the colander so that I could pull it right out of the hot water and put it into another, put it in with a sauce, or I could use it for steaming, or I forget, there was something else, but I thought having it for steaming. So this is actually the piece that I was most excited about, because I could use it as a colander or as a steamer, or for boiling pasta in it and pulling it straight out of the boiling water. All of the pans come with clear lids, which I think clear lids are great for someone who's learning to cook. I remember starting a kitchen fire when I was around Marlon's age, and had I not seen through the glass that the smoke was starting, I probably would have had a much worse situation on my hands than I even did. All right, I'm gonna put the box on the floor now so I can keep pulling these pieces out, and then I'll show you everything as I pull them out. Yeah, this 5-quart pan is the one I was excited about. So the 5-quart pan or pot is the one that fits with the double boiler steamer, not a double boiler, but that steamer component on top. So it looks like it's not going to do one of the things that I thought it was going to do, which was boil pasta and be able to pull it out. But for steaming vegetables or steaming dumplings, amazing. Like, I've thought about getting a wok just to be able to have the steamer on top. So I'm actually quite excited about having that for a steamer anyway. And I could boil pasta underneath and steam vegetables on top. So definitely still a great piece. I'm still excited about it. I'll unbox everything and then show it all to you. So this set also came very highly reviewed, with lots of great reviews. Many people saying that the cleanup was so incredibly easy, and that's really what I was going for here. I know Marlon likes to cook, and I know he's very capable of cooking, but it's the cleanup that's been such a hassle for me while giving him this responsibility that I had to do something to make it easier for me. Okay, so for $99, we've got the 5-quart pot with the steamer and a lid. Then we have a square and a round frying pan, both that have, or saute pans, I guess, both that have their own lids. And then we have this small saute pan and this bigger sauce pot and a smaller one, and each and every piece has its own lid. Looks like it, maybe this one doesn't have a lid, but otherwise everything has a lid too. So I'll show you the surface. So it doesn't, the only thing is you can, it's, they said that if you can cook things on medium, you don't have to go to high. Things will not stick in here, but the only thing is you don't want to use any metal on them. And in the past, because we had metal utensils, some of my nonstick pans have been damaged. So I decided to buy this set also, which I thought was a really good deal. Oh, there's no picture of the whole set on here. Bummer. Anyway, there are tons of utensils in here, from pastry brush, not pastry brush, but you know, that kind of a brush. There's measuring cups, measuring spoons. There's these little, things to protect your hands, not quite gloves, but things to protect your hands from picking up things that are hot out of the oven, which I think is great. But measuring cups. But what I was more interested in is all of these utensils being completely safe for the nonstick pans. So there's plenty in here, like you could have stuff in the dishwasher and still have stuff to use. There's so much in here for the price. It was such a good value. And I got them in the turquoise so that they would match my set. And the reason I wanted it to match is because these will actually sit on the counter. There's a whisk in here. And that's a decent stiffness for something that's not metal. One of these. We got some tongs. Here's that little brush. I love using that for basting things and putting marinades on things, whether it's on the grill or in the stove or the oven. I use that brush a lot. Here's a slotted spoon and a solid one. The little pizza cutter, I don't know, it's okay. But everything else in here is really wonderful. And comes with a cup, so you can put everything in it and set it on the counter if you wanted to. Or if you have enough storage drawers, that's fine too. But I thought it matched the pots and pans really well for me. And now that there's not a single metal piece in there, it makes it really, really easy for someone learning to cook in my house to not scratch or damage the pans. So whether you're looking to do something like I'm doing, like trying to teach someone in the next generation how to cook, or let's say you want to give a housewarming present to someone that's just newly moving out and starting their own path in the kitchen, I think these were really budget friendly and an easy way to help somebody to explore without causing damage to their pans. I think that that's one of the things that probably intimidates people once they start cooking, how easy it is to actually damage your tools too. So just thought I'd share all that with you. If that's something that interests you, I'll pop the products in the video description below. I definitely missed the live chat this morning. I wish we could have had the live stream so we could chat together. Hopefully, I think it's construction going on around here because it's been Wi-Fi and cellular down. Maybe I should have gone to the beach. Anyway, we'll just try again on Monday, because what do? If something goes wrong, we just keep at it, right? Life throws all sorts of crazy things at us every single day, and it's not about what comes at us, it's about how we react to it. So if you enjoyed any part of this video, or if you have questions for me, please always feel welcome to leave them for me in the comments. And hopefully we can be back to regular live stream by Monday. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I will see you Monday for the next episode of Create, Share, Inspire podcast. Bye-bye.